here's what scares me is I have the same sort of skepticism that you did. And I've been telling the boys that I heard that one of the ADs in the Big Ten told their fall coaches, be prepared for the season to be canceled. That your August
I think everybody
workouts,
has to be prepared for that, including the NFL, which is in complete denial.
Right.
Saying, we're going to have a regular season, regular schedule, blah, blah. How can you say that at this point?
Yeah.
None of us knows what
But
it's going to be like in April, May, June, July, August, September. It could be next year. Who knows? We don't know.
And the trickle down from this is massive, especially on the college level, because, let's be honest, football's supporting most of these schools, right? So we do have Title IX and everything, so that'll have to be sort of figured out. But if football's not bringing in money, are kids gonna lose? Like, my kids all play non-revenue generating sports. Are those gonna go away? Are they gonna be able to support them?
If they're not playing football, they're not gonna be playing non-revenue sports for sure.
That's my point.
Yeah, and then the question becomes what happens to kids' scholarships. Now, most of the schools, especially the big-time schools that you're talking about, Eric, have huge endowments.
We got plenty of
money. So if they want to, they can go into their endowments. That's what they're supposed to be there for, I would think, other than academic stuff, and say, okay, we're going to make sure you kids get your education, keep your scholarships, and we'll deal with having a little bit of a smaller endowment. I mean, if Harvard had to pay for all its athletes for 4 years, it would be like a 1% chink out of its endowment. It has the largest endowment in the country, but other schools have pretty large endowments too.
You all right, John?
Yeah, I'm good. I just took a sip of coffee. Sorry about that.
No, you're right.
I gotta have my coffee, guys.
Of course. I'm halfway through my pot already.
Yeah, well, you guys get up earlier than I do. That's the other thing. I've been getting up later.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't have as much work to do or places to go.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I would have been up this morning at 6:30 to get to the golf course at Augusta.
Hey, real quick, John, before we let you go, just getting back to that new revised schedule. And, of course, the tour changed the schedule because they didn't want to combat the NFL schedule or college football. But this is different. They would play the U.S. Open, the Ryder Cup, and the Masters all within a month. Head-to-head.
They would play the U.S. Open and the Ryder Cup back to back, Jason.
Right. And,
I would love to know how the PGA of America feels about that, about players coming out of the grind of a U.S. Open and then going straight to Whistling Straits to play the Ryder Cup. Remember a couple of years ago when Tiger Woods, who I assume will be part of the American team, won the Tour Championship and then flew straight to Paris after winning, because it was his first win in however many years, 5 years, and was a disaster, went 0-4. So how many players are going to show up exhausted to play the Ryder Cup? That's not supposed to be the way it is, but there's a gap there because that's the last week in September, and then the Masters isn't scheduled till the second week in November. But those back-to-backs, it's like in tennis where they have the U.S. Open now on hard courts scheduled with a 1-week break before the players are supposed to go to Paris to play on clay at Roland Garros. I mean, that would be crazy too. Basically, Roger Federer either wouldn't play or would lose early, because there's no way he can go from, if he contends, from contending at the Open to playing on clay in Paris.